I said that when you concede 2 poor goals like we did today away from home in Europe, very difficult to get a very positive result that we expected. I think the game had different phases, especially because we gave too many balls away, too many simple balls in our own half, and we gave them hope and we gave them capacity to have these transition moments which they are good at. And in other moments we have total control of the game, but we lost a little bit of threat today, especially with the 4 players that we are missing in our front line. So some positive, because we showed again a lot of resilience to get back on the game, but we need to defend our box much better, and we're going to have to be better in the return leg to beat them.
The first goal for Sporting, I think Kiwior maybe does. Sorry. The first goal for Sporting, I think Kiwior maybe ducked, and I wonder whether he wanted Turner to claim it. Was it a sort of lack of communication between 2 players who aren't used to playing together?
I don't know what it was. It's very difficult. It happens in a split of a second, but for sure in that space, somebody cannot have a free head and concede a goal because it's too simple.
People look at the Europa League and sort of think, well, it's not top of your priorities anymore. Obviously, the Premier League is the top. But this team don't seem to be ready to give up on this title, like, even when it's maybe not their best route into the Champions League.
No, we're not.
Going.
And today we had to go against a few issues that we had in the last 2 days when we lost a few players. We lost 4 or 3 of our strikers. But in this competition you want to go through, you're going to have to go through difficult moments. We knew that. We are alive. Everything is still to play for at the Emirates. And hopefully we'll play better and deserve to win the game.
Just on the set pieces, Mikel, that's quite a few now you've conceded in the last, I think, 10 games or so. What's changed? What's going on there?
Sometimes the opponents are really good at what they do when they get the delivery right in the right space. It's just half a centimeter sometimes where you get the header out of the box or it goes in. But it's true that's something that we must improve dramatically in the next few games if we want to keep winning games.
Gentleman in the middle there. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Arteta. Mr. Arteta, Matthew Marshall from Portugal. You've used Fabio Vieira a lot in the Europa League. You've had a lot of time to get to know him and his game. Can you just describe how he's developing, and as a human being, what are you seeing from him also?
Really happy with him. I think he deserves probably more minutes than the minutes that he had, especially in the last 2 months. Obviously he had a difficult start because he was injured after a surgery and he required some time to get back to the level that we want. But you saw tonight, probably he was our more dangerous player. He was all the time making things happen, and he's a player that absolutely love.
Gentleman.
Hi, Mikel. Duarte Antunes from CMTV. We heard a lot of compliments by Pep Guardiola to Ruben Amorim. Now you have a direct experience with him, with the Sporting coach. What do you think about him?
What I said before the game, that I really like him. I think what him and the coaching staff have done over the last few years is remarkable, and they are a really good team. So obviously credit to the manager, because you can see that they have a really clear idea.
There's one here.
Hi, Mikel. I just wondered, how do you sum up your emotions over the last few weeks? Because it doesn't feel like perhaps your team are playing with quite the same rhythm and putting perhaps teams away like they were, but you're still picking up results. So is it kind of frustration that you're not quite clicking, or kind of pride that you're still picking up results?
We are conceding too many simple goals, and we talked about the importance of boxes, and especially in competition when you are in or out. And today we didn't defend that well enough, and we have to be better at threatening the opponents as well. But obviously you have an opponent there, and we have had a lot of games recently, really emotional games recently, and today we make a lot of changes, and that cohesion sometimes needs some time, and you could feel that in the first 10-15 minutes that it needed some time to adapt and to click. But if we don't expose them, that's never going to happen.